Downton Abbey is full of bitches with bedside cookies. These are their problems. Cue the music. So Sybil, being the feminist that we all know and love, has been secretly filling out job applications for Ygritte. And then she takes the horse and buggy to take her to a job interview, and then they lose a horseshoe and they have to walk miles back. And they nearly send the police to look for Sybil, but they do make it back in time for dinner. Meanwhile, Edgar and Ellen are fucking up to their shenanigans. And by that, I mean Thomas and the fucking sea witch. Because Thomas has been stealing fucking wine from the house, and Mr. Bates caught him, so Thomas thought he would get Mr. Bates fired before Thomas could get fired by stealing one of Robert's snuff boxes and hiding it in Bates's room. But Anna found out, took the snuff box back and put it in Robert's room before anybody could see, and then pretended like she hid it in fucking Swamp Witch's room. And now Anna knows that Bates is totally sweet on her, but then Bates reveals that he's actually previously married. And Anna's like, I don't give a shit. And Bates is like, well, I do. Meanwhile, that's not the only shenanigans this bitch is up to. So you remember when Mr. Pamuk died in Mary's bed? And then Mary and Anna and Cora had to wrap him up in a sheet and drag him down the hallway to his own room? Well, Daisy was trying to wake the servants up, because it was like first thing in the morning, and saw them drag his ass down the hallway, and she's been haunted ever since. And then everything kind of came to a head and she was acting funny, and the fucking Bobbsey twins over here figured out that she knew. Now here's the thing. Thomas knows because he was the one that sent Pamuk to Mary's room, right? And then he wrote to his friend in London, who his friend told everybody, and it somehow got to Mary's aunt there in London. You know, XOXO Gossip Girl style. Well, now London society knows that she has done the dance of the majestic sea flap flap, or at least gossip about it. However, nobody else knows that he died in her bed. But, so to save Thomas's ass, the sea witch had Daisy tell Edith. So now Edith knows that Pamuk died in Mary's bed, which adds fuel to a whole lot of fire because Mary treats Edith like shit. Like, Edith has been trying to snuggle up to Matthew this whole time, because Mary doesn't want Matthew, but Edith likes Matthew. But now that Edith is trying to snuggle up to Matthew, Mary is trying to snuggle up to Matthew. So at dinner, there's a family friend there that they're trying to get to court Mary because she's got to get married fast now that everyone considers her a hoe. But he's like 40,000 years old. And so at dinner, Mary's paying all the attention to Matthew, and so Edith turns her attention to the old dude, but now that Mary sees that Edith wants the old dude, she's going to go after the old dude and ignore Matthew. And now Matthew is ignoring Edith because he's butthurt. And then Mama Crowley is calling out Grandmama for some nepotism shit. You shouldn't be allowed to win a flower trophy if your name is on it. And Mrs. Patmore, the cook, is blaming Daisy for going blind. 5 out of 10.